I don't normally record new consultant training because it's an incentive to come on live so we can answer your questions, but I'm going to record it tonight just in case Janine doesn't get on, and then she'll have the ability to watch. So what we're going to do is we're going to just talk you through your first 90 days and get you familiar with some of the things. And I must tell you at first, when this is a brand new business, it is scary, it's intimidating, it's frustrating, it's all like PMS. It's kind of like PMS, you know it's coming. You're just miserable at times. You feel better at times. I don't know how else to explain it. I use silly analogies like that. But what I can absolutely guarantee you is just stick with it. You have a team of people that are ready to just come and help you and support you and answer your questions. No one will ever fail on this team, on my watch, who has the initiative to keep going. So in other words, if you quit this job, absolutely quit it because you do not like it and it does not fit into your life. And it just wasn't for you. But do not ever quit because you don't understand something, or you're frustrated, or you know your bookings aren't adding up as quickly as possible. Those are not the reasons to leave the business. And the reason why I say that is because 9 times out of 10 we will pump up a best friend or a child or a spouse, but we'll tell ourselves, oh, can't do this. We'll turn that on ourselves. And I don't want anybody to feel like that, because like I said, we all are here to support you, and we all started with a kit. And just to tell you my background, I have 22 years in this company, and I was a cooking show consultant right before COVID, and I added virtual parties to my resume about a year ago, and I will be very transparent about this. I came into virtuals kicking and screaming. I wanted nothing to do with them because I'm an old dog and I did not want to learn a new trick, but I have taken that back. And now I am absolutely, positively obsessed with virtual parties, and my income doubled over the last 6 months. My paycheck last month was almost $21,000 for the 30 days. And this month it's already over $20,000, and today's the 19th. And the large amount of that is because, and the reason why I tell that is not to show off or brag or any of that. It's to show you the potential, and you do not have to wait 22 years to have income that, that is substantial to you, because to some people, $5,000 is not a lot of money. To other people, $5,000 is a lifetime. So I'm just telling you that because the people that are coming in now, the new consultants that are coming in now, are promoting up the ladder faster than we have ever done. So the Fast Track program, which is the first thing I'm going to show you tonight, I'm going to screen share. The Fast Track program is where new consultants in their first 90 days are going to be able to earn free products and cash bonuses in addition to commission. So the Fast Track program is in addition to commission. And I'm going to point out that I went to Consultants Corner. I clicked on Explore, and your screen's going to look a little different than mine at the top, but at the bottom, our screens are all the same. So I clicked on Explore over here on the left, and then I went over here to Fast Track Rewards. And I'm just going to briefly take you through this because this is something that you're going to print out and hang it up where you can see it. And you're going to circle what appeals to you, because it's like dangling a carrot in front of yourself. So you're going to earn Fast Track Rewards based on selling and recruiting. Now, first of you all signed up in May, or the majority of you signed up in May that are new tonight, and you're going to earn a full kit rebate when you submit $2,500 in sales in your first 60 days. And that is absolutely achievable. That's absolutely achievable in your first month, 2 weeks to a month, if not more, if not less time than that. It all depends how many shows you start with. So again, nobody on this team is going to miss out on earning their rebate if it's got anything to do with me, because I want you to succeed and I want you to get your money back. So that's the May consultant offer. If you signed in April, it was something different. Now, we're going to show you selling. Now, when you sell $500 in your first 90 days, they're going to send you your commission, and they're going to send you a ceramic egg cooker and a mini skinny scraper. Comes automatically. Lorette, did you get that in the mail?
Yes, I did.
She did. Okay. Then when you reach $1,250 in sales, and it's cumulative, so it's not another $1,250, it's when you hit $1,250.
Yeah, I got that.
They're going to send you the 8-inch fry pan, and that spectacular piece of our cookware, and Lorette got that. And when you hit $2,500 in your first 90 days, they're going to add on the 2 cast iron skillets that we just came out with. Lorette, did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Okay, so now Lorette's real close to the knife set, and this is a
Yes.
$498 knife set in a wood block, a teak wood block, and that will come when you hit 5,000. So you can decide with the number of shows you want to do, you can decide how slow or how fast you would go after this. And again, these are on top of your commissions. Recruiting. Now this is where the paychecks can really double and triple. And when we think about recruiting, we just think about sharing an opportunity with someone you know or someone you meet in a party, just like Maureen did with her girls and Lorette did with hers. And Lisa shared, Debbie, if you're still on, I know Linda shared it with you. But sharing the business opportunity is like sharing a product. And in fact, I like to call it the best product we offer because it's literally life-changing. It's hard to see that in the beginning when we don't know anything, but it literally is life-changing. Because what you're saying to someone is, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing. I am brand spanking new, but I could really almost picture you doing this along with me because I'm fill in the blank. The person loves to cook. The person hates to cook. The person lost their job. The person just purchased a home. The person just had a baby and maybe wants to be a stay-at-home parent. So you would literally, as a brand new consultant, be like, how can I share the business opportunity when I have no idea what I'm doing? And that's where we come in. We want you to share the business opportunity, and we will have new consultants sign on under you. And we are going to take the reins for you to train your new people in the very beginning when you don't know what you're doing. So every new consultant that you personally bring into the business in the first 90 days, now remember, it's on top of the commission for your sales, it's on top of the free products, the Pampered Chef is going to give you $100 cash. So if you had 5 new people come in the first 90 days, how much cash can you earn as a bonus?
500.
500. And that's just the beginning. If you brought in 15 new people in your first 90 days, that's $1,500. Okay? So I want you to look at this. And now this next thing, these 500, 500,000, 1,000, this is on top of what I just said. And you don't have to write anything down because you're going to be able to print this out. So on top of this, in your first 90 days, you can work to promote to director. And what director means is you have 5 active consultants under you. You do not have to personally recruit all 5. You can recruit 1, and then the others can come in however, or you can recruit all 5. It doesn't matter. 5 new consultants plus yourself makes a director team, and the requirements to promote is a total of $5,000 in team sales, and that includes your own. So you have 6 people. 6 people selling. It's easy to get to 5,000. When you do that in your first 90 days, the company, on top of this, the company is going to give you $500 cash bonus. You're also going to get an opportunity to earn other perks, Pampered Chef dollars, free products. They throw everything at you. But when you maintain that director status for 3 months, they give you another $500. Now I'm going to stop right there, those 2 red circles. So Sabrina, when Kathleen promotes to director in her first, well, actually, I'll start with Maureen. Maureen, when Sabrina promotes to director in her first 90 days and they give her that 500, Maureen, they're giving it to you too. Sabrina, when you maintain that directorship for 3 months and they give you that second 500, Maureen, they're giving it to you too. Now, Kathleen, when Kathleen promotes to director, Sabrina, you better make sure you're already a director when that happens, because guess what they're going to give you? $1,000. And when Kathleen maintains that for 3 months, they're going to give you another $1,000. So I don't want you to memorize this. It might even make any sense whatsoever right now, but this is what the cash is on the table for you guys. Lorette, same thing. When Janine, well, Lorette, I'll start with you. When you promote to director in your first 90 days, they're going to give you all those other things, right? Then you're going to get your $500 cash bonus. They're going to give me $500 cash bonus because I recruited you. You maintain it for 3 months, 90 days. They give you another 500. They give me 500. Now, let's say Janine promotes to director, and we already know Janine, we spoke with Janine, she's all over this. She's got a lot of experience, and she could absolutely promote to director as well with the rest of you. When Janine promotes to director, you know, she gets her 500 and her 500, but Lorette now gets 1,000. And when Janine maintains that, oh, and they give me the 1,000 too. And then when Janine maintains that for 3 months, they give Lorette another 1,000. So again, it can be very confusing and it might be crazy, but just know that there is $3,000 on the table, literally in your first 6 months, but the first 1,000 is in your first 90 days. You know, 500 and then 500 when you maintain it. So we don't want to lose this. So you just have to remember, to promote to director, it's 5 consultants on my team, 5 consultants plus you, submit $5,000 in sales, and everybody has to be active with at least 150. So if you have 4,000 in by yourself, everybody just has to be active with 150, and you got to meet the 5,000.
Right.
Now, the fun part about this is once you promote to director, and this is very, very rare in direct sales, once you promote to director, let's say you're like, I hate everybody, and I don't want to deal with the team. I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to work with anybody. You can maintain directorship all by yourself by putting in $5,000 a month in sales, which is so easy to do. And what's nice about that is you stay at a higher percentage when you're earning your own sales, and you start out running an amazing business because you're going to get a higher percentage. You're going to get a percentage of your team sales. You get a $10 per person bonus for everybody that's active on your team. So it really starts to add up. So product bonuses and cash bonuses in your Fast Track program. And the resources to print this out, again, we're going to go to Consultants Corner, Explore, Fast Track Rewards, and then Resources. And this is the flyer. And if you can't find it later, that's no problem. We have it on Goal Getters in the files. I'm just going to show you what this looks like. It looks like the game Sorry, if you ever played that as a kid. You're going to print this out, and you're going to hang it wherever you can see it, and circle the things that you're like, oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many consultants, this is my internet, how many consultants work for those knives. They just can't not be without the knives. All right, I'm going to stop screen share for a second. I'm going to come back. So in your first 90 days, it's all about you. Hey, there's Janine. Okay, so it's all about you. Wanting to get successful, wanting to get good at this, it's got to take some time. And some of that is going to require patience, and it's going to require that you get to learn certain things. Like maybe some people come in and they don't really have a vast knowledge of computers, and they don't know how to copy and paste, and they don't know how to save pictures. We're going to teach you everything you need to know.
Gracie. Shh.
But I'll tell you right now, the best way to start out is on a 4-show-a-week track. And here's why. If you were on Sunday's call, we reviewed this. 4 shows a week, and we're gonna schedule them with a third-party app. But 4 shows a week is because 1 flakes, 1 is okay, 1 will be good, and 1 will be great. And I can guarantee you, every single one of us gets a flaky host. And sometimes it's legit. They get sick. There's an emergency. There's something going on. But sometimes they're just like out in la la land. So if you only book 1 show a week, and that's absolutely your right, you could do whatever you want because this is your business. But if you only booked 1 show that week, and that turned out to be your flake or your okay, business is not exciting at all. And you're like, oh, this is torture. And your husbands are going to be like, why are you at the computer all night? Are you making money yet? And then you go, no. And everybody gets mad. So the reason why we encourage multiple shows is it's a safety net. Because if you have the one that's and the one that's a flop, but the other 2 are going gangbusters, you're excited. And Lorette, out of the gate, she was terrified, like most consultants. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what I'm doing. How am I running 4 parties? But I told her to trust me and do it scared. And she saw with her own eyes hosts that were not participating.
Yeah.
And she saw it. So it was proof, and I think she came to her own conclusion fairly quickly. You know what? Had I not listened, and I would have had these 2 Fruit Loops, I would have been mad.
And it was my family.
Right. And I'll tell you right now, indirect sales, for whatever reason, friends and family will be the absolute worst to work with.
Yeah.
Absolute worst. When we get on to strangers, we're sitting pretty. So if you don't want to do the 4 shows a week, if you don't want to start with the 4 shows, absolutely fine. Just don't come back to me next week and say, oh my God, there's nothing going on in my party. I hate this. Because if you only had 1, you knew that you took that chance. That's all I'm saying. So you get the hint of this? Multiples?
Yes.
It's like buying a lottery ticket. You buy 1 quick pick, you have 1 chance. You buy 4 quick picks, you just increase your chances of winning. Same thing. You're increasing your chances. So it's all about the bookings for the first week. If you want to start with 1, 2, 3, or 4, we need all of those people lined up for the first week. I set my online parties up on the same day every week. They get set up on the same day, and they start on the same day, and they end on the same day. And that's to stay consistent. If you start a party on a Monday, and then you start another party on a Wednesday, and you start another party on a Saturday, just pull on your hair on both sides of your head, because that's how it's going to feel.
When you set them up, do you set them up identically?
Identically. And this is, I was talking with Janine earlier about this. This is the method of my madness. I book all my shows for the week that I need. I set them up at the same time, and I'm going to screen share again. I will set them up at the same time. I will set up the Facebook groups at the same time. I will schedule my you guys, some of you are using SynShare. I use Post My Party. They are the exact same thing. They're just different companies. It's like CVS and Rite Aid. They have both drugstores. They just look different, but they do the same things. With Post My Party, we can give you free 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if SynShare gives that, but
Yeah, they
Okay.
did.
used to.
They
so
did.
if Maureen is your leader and she knows SynShare, and I know she knows SynShare like the back of her hand, do what Maureen does. Lorette and I'll show Janine Post My Party. Doesn't matter. Same thing. Okay. So I'm going to screen share and show you. When we go to Facebook, this is my Facebook business page. Nobody needs one of these until they have a number of shows booked for the week that they're starting in. Your energies right now are concentrated on your bookings first until you have the number of bookings you want for your first week. So if Sabrina says to me, oh, I'm listening, I want 4, and she only has 2 right now, I will say, Sabrina, don't do anything else with your free time except booking reach outs until you have the 4. Because our energies belong in the bookings until we get the right number of bookings that we need for that week. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say we have our 4 bookings, right? I'm going to show you, this is going to be the absolute gospel according to me. I know Pampered Chef calls their training Dash, and I only wanted you to do the first 10 modules because yes, you can learn through Dash, but you're going to learn a heck of a lot more in this group. And this group, if you go to it and this post is not at the top, because Facebook, excuse my French, SUCKSs at times, and they decide to just switch things around, but this post should be pinned at the top, and this is a virtual index of all that's in here. And this is really all you need for your first 30 days. This is not something a seasoned consultant needs to come into. But my welcome video, the best wording for booking parties. I promise you, even if you say, oh, these words don't sound like me, you really want to stick to this as close to the wording as possible because they work. How to handle objections. There's 2 ways you can handle that. You can look on this document, or you can screenshot it and post it on our party group, or you can send to me as a private message, or Maureen as a private message, and we'll give you the words to say to respond to an objection before we answer that, before you answer your friend. Now, let's say you have all 4 of your parties that you wanted booked for the first week, or you have 2, you want to start with 2, you have your 2 parties, what have you. Then you're going to set up your Facebook business page. And I'm going to come back to, let me go over here. I'm going to come back to my Facebook business page. I am not tech savvy in the slightest, but I'm going to tell you right now, it has been proven time and time again that in our business, this Facebook business page is not going to give you an ounce of business. Don't spend time dolling it up. Don't spend time trying to figure out how many likes you're going to get. Don't bother, because this is less than 1% of an organic reach online. All this is a launching pad to set up Facebook party groups. This is what Facebook wants us to do. So we're listening. But don't spend a lot of time on your Facebook business page, because it's nothing but a launching pad. Okay? So I know I'm jumping around, but I want to come back here for a second. So in this pinned post, you see they're all numbered? Well, Facebook thinks it's hilarious to take them all out of sequence every time people look. So what you'll do is, let's say you're like, okay, I got all my bookings. Now I have to print out my tracking sheets, because you want a tracking sheet for each party, or have a notebook, and each page in the notebook is a party, whatever. This is just something I made up. You want to find the tracking sheet, you go over here, search this group, post 4, and you search. And it brings it right up. Now it's time to set up parties under Consultants Corner, and Consultants Corner is the back office to pamperedchef.com. That's where we were before. Okay? My parties and orders. And you're like, oh, great. How the hell do I do this? My internet. Look at my internet. They call it optimum. I call it minimum. Okay, so you're like, okay, now what do I do? You're going to go back to this group, because I told you this is the gospel. Setting up parties under Consultants Corner. That's post number 5. We're going to search post 5. And here we go. Oh, that's post 28. What did I click on? Post number 5. Oh, come on. Clicking away, post number 5. And I suggest that you watch the video on one device and do the actual setting up on another device. And that's so, I mean, obviously, if you're younger than me, you might not need this, but that's so I can stop it and start it and rewind it and stop it and start it and rewind it. But this is a video about how to do it step by step. It's a couple of minutes long. That's it. It's not painful. And this will literally show you how to do it. And once you do it 5 times, you're doing it in your sleep. So once you have your parties booked for your first week, and you've printed out your tracking sheets, and you've set them up under Consultants Corner, you're going to do a Facebook business page. And if you've already done it, it's done. If not, you come to post number 6, and there's a video showing you how to do that, how to create a Facebook business page. When it talks about different pictures in that video, you come over here into photos, and you have all kinds of photos to start out with. But there's a million, you can get pictures from, I know my internet is lagging, but there's a million ways to get pictures. But when we talk about the things in these videos, you'll find them in this group. This is not a group you're going to post in. You're not going to ask me questions in here. You're not going to tag anybody. You're not going to comment, nothing. Just, it's literally like a little library. But every single step in your first 30 days, there's a cute little video here to help you. Post My Party, the 30-day trial, party posts, you know, where to get content, how to create your own Google survey. This is the coolest thing, because you can create your own Google survey form and put the link in your party so people fill it out. How to schedule multiple parties on Post My Party. And again, if it's in share, you know, Maureen will tell you that. And then host coaching messages. This is the last thing I want to show you on this group for a second. Host coaching messages is a document that's going to tell you what to tell your host every single day of the party. And it's literally going to be a copy and paste job. I can't open it on my thing here. Okay. It will open up on your Word, on Microsoft Word or whatever you got. And it literally is, I'll go here and show you. Every day of the week, there's a message. You might have to change a link or two, because obviously these were, when you see a link, you want to change that link. But you're literally going to copy and paste and then private message your host their message on that day of the week. And the reason why, let me come out of here for a second. The reason why we want to send our host a message every single day is because we need them to participate in the party. And so I'll give the example of, let's say we're all gathered in Maureen's home for a cooking party, which we've done, her and I, a couple of times. Maureen would never, get everybody settled and then leave or go to bed. She'd stay in the party. Her friends would see her. Her friends would converse with her. Lorette's hosted a party.
Pajamas now.
Yeah, right? When Lorette and I hosted a party last winter, it was a lovely Saturday afternoon. She had many guests gathered in her home. She did not say, okay, take it easy. And she
I'm leaving.
didn't leave. But had she left, her guests would have been like, what the heck's going on here? And I know that's a silly analogy, but
That's the best analogy. That really is the best.
if they don't see the host participating in the party, because the guests are there for the host, not for us. They don't love us, they love the host. So if the host isn't seen commenting and posting, they're going to lose interest. So each day of the party, there's a message. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are days where the host is going to not do what they're told. And that's fine. You're going to go, Sabrina, just checking to see if you got my last message on your party. Were you able to post what I sent you? Smiley face. And then Sabrina be like, oh my goodness, I forgot. I'm so sorry. So if you see the host isn't doing it, you stay on top of them. All right. So before we go on, I do want you to write down just a couple of things, because we're going to have a training on Thursday night if you're home and you want to do it. It's going to be like, it's going to be like coming into a Weight Watcher meeting in progress. I'm going to be giving out tips and techniques for virtual parties. But the key thing in a virtual party is having that host get 50 people in the party. And Sabrina, you just hosted, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And Janine too. Janine had a big show. So if you can work with your host to make him or her understand that 50 people in the party is what you're striving for, that is probably the biggest and best defense to have a successful party, because everything about this business, everything is a numbers game. Enough bookings, enough sales, enough teammates, enough host benefits, everything is a numbers game. So when a host invites 200 of their Facebook friends, what should happen is 50 people should wind up in the group. Now, you're going to get the host that says, I invited 86, I don't have anybody else. And then you look and you go, you got 1,100 friends. But we don't say it like that. You'd say, thank you so much for doing the inviting and getting people into the party. That's been awesome. But I see you only have 37 people in there and 2 of them are us. So we really got to get that to 50. Could we work together and see where we can get more people from? And I wait. And she's like, oh, I went to my friends list. I guess I have more friends. They always come to their own conclusion. So you gently just want a smiley face, nudge, 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 until they have enough people. And I'm going to show you something in my Facebook party right now. Very interesting. I'm going to show you how one host listens. This is a live show I have going on right now. And I'm going to show you how these new ads from Facebook, you could just close them out. So this person has 70 members in the group. Does this mean that 70 people are going to go shopping?
No.
If she's got 50 people in there, does that mean 50 people are going to go shopping? No. But from this number, you're counting on a third to go shopping. And that's typically what will happen. So if you have 50 people in the group, on average, anywhere from 10 to 20 orders on average. It could be less, it could be more. So she's got 70 people in the group. And here's how you find out if your host is telling you the truth. I'm going to use a different scenario because I know she did her job. I'll use a different scenario. And this girl's a very sweet girl. She used to be on my team 1,000 years ago. She always looks 20 to me. I don't know how she never ages, but she's got 32. And how do I know how many people she invited? I click on 32 members. I come down here and I click on invited. And now it's going to tell me how many she invited. Now, 235 is a really good number. She did a good job. She did what I asked her to do. But her algorithms, she must not be very, and I don't say this to be mean, she must not be very popular in the eyes of Facebook, because the reach was poor. So you girls that are old enough to be my daughters, and Maureen and I will tell you that if you're not popular on Facebook, Facebook will hide your stuff. So we want to work with the host. So now here's a little sneak peek, right? Let's go see how many friends she really has. So she invited 223. Let's go see. She's got 516. So you see, she still has plenty to choose from. So if she invites another 100, another 150, she could still do it, but she can't come back and tell me she doesn't have any friends. And I know that people often want to say, oh, I haven't spoken to that person in so long. Well, Janine is that person that Lorette hasn't spoken to since high school. And Janine was the person that no new consultant wants to message because they haven't spoken to her in 30 years. And I always say that's the first person you should message because you're already expecting a no. And what do you know? These two rekindled. They had a ball together. She had an amazing party, and Janine became a consultant. So if that isn't proof that we should all message the person that we're afraid to, okay? So I'm going to come back to, look at me. Maureen, are you proud of me that I can screen share now?
I can't believe it.
Okay,
Miss
about 2
Virtual.
weeks ago, I would screen,
Virtual.
2 weeks ago, I would screen share, and then we would live in the screen share for the rest of the meeting because I didn't know how to get out of it. Okay, now I'm going to show you goal getters. So remember, the group that is your Bible in the first 30 days. Because if you say to me, how do I set up the show under Consultants Corner again? I'll say, okay. Can I remind you where you can find that? And you're going to come right here.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
This is extremely beneficial.
Yep.
And I will tell you this because I know I told Sabrina this. When I started with the virtuals, it was just when it was coming out. And there was minimum amount of information on virtual parties on the Pampered Chef website.
They didn't know
Needless
what
to
it was yet
say, any of these groups or anything. So
Ladies,
is, I wish I would have had this. This is so beneficial.
The
because
virtuals,
it's step-by-step instruction.
And the virtuals were created not by the company. The virtuals were created by a consultant. And here I was going, leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with it. Just wanna
And
go.
she really did.
Yeah,
She
I even
really
tried
did.
talking. I even tried talking people out of it. Because honestly, I felt like I had the right to. I'm doing this long enough. I know what
Well,
I'm
and
talking about.
you're a people person.
Right.
You're not a
And
computer
now,
person.
and I've always admired this about myself. I have no problem saying when I'm wrong. And I was dead wrong. Okay. So goal getters. This is my team group. This is everybody from me all the way on down. And I want you to be in this group. I want you to be, oh my God, you guys, I forgot where to go. Or, oh my God, you guys, I got my ceramic egg cooker today. I can't believe it. Or I just saw my first commission check. This is where we're going to problem solve. We're going to celebrate. We're going to come and find information. And a lot of times people come to the group and they go, oh, let me just look. Oh, look at those pretty flowers. Oh, okay. And then they stop. Do you know how many years of information are on this group? So when you come here, you don't want to scroll through the whole thing. Well, let's say you need help with bookings. Type in bookings in the search box, and every freaking post in the last whatever will come up, and you'll find information here. Go into the files, look around in there. What was that tracking sheet Lisa talked about in here? Click on files, snoop around. We'll never know that you looked around. No one will ever know. And again, it would have come up faster if my internet didn't stink. So goal getters is like, picture it like this giant dorm room and we're all roommates. And if you went away to college, you come into your roommate and you go, oh, do you have a red sweater I can borrow tonight? This is what we do that with this. Does anybody have something I could borrow for blah, blah, blah? And we all help each other here. Now these flowers came today from Pampered Chef. I wish I should measure them with a tape measure. This has got to be a $200 arrangement of flowers. It is gigantic.
Beautiful.
It smells like a funeral parlor. Between my birthday and this, it smells like a funeral parlor in here today. The company sent this to me to recognize my personal sales achievement. It was a big one, but I thought that was really, really
Nice.
cool. Really nice. They treat us well. Okay. So goal getters is where we're going to come together with questions, celebrate, blah, 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 troubleshoot. Please don't private message me or Maureen or Lorette every little detailed question, because as we all grow our teams, what happens if 50 people are messaging you in a day? You're going to be like, I've had enough. So what happens is when you have your new consultants post their questions in the group, a couple of things are going to happen, and they're super important things. Number one, you're going to be helping the next new consultant, because all of you right now, you're not even the newest people anymore. So when you post a question on the team group and somebody comes to your rescue, you're alleviating that pressure from me, from Maureen, from Lorette, from whoever signed you up. You're helping another new consultant see this question, and so somebody else is going to learn right along with you. And you don't have to wait for us, because sometimes I'll be watching Netflix eating ice cream. I'm not on the phone. And you're going to be like, where is she? I need this question answered. Go on the group. Somebody's always going to come to your rescue faster. So that's where we encourage that. Okay, so let's go back to, let me get out of this. Let's go back to Consultants Corner. I want to show you some really cool things. Pampered Chef is the company website. Your website, your personal website, and Janine and I, we were talking about this before. Let's see if I remember. I'll just go to mine. I don't have to be a memory person here. I'll just go to my website. So your website is pamperedchef.biz / whatever you named it. And as soon as my internet wants to cooperate, it'll come up. So whatever you named it, Janine named it hers, Janine Myers. You will never come here as the consultant. Think of this as like Macy's.com. Would you go to Macy's.com if you were an employee of Macy's and you weren't ordering anything? No, because you got no business being there. This is the website that you give out to customers who are not booking parties. They just want to go shopping. Maybe you want to show your friends what you got started in. And you want to have a picture of yourself in here. Not a picture of you smoking pot in your 3rd year of college, not you doing something inappropriate. You know, I've seen every possible picture come up in people's websites and they think it's hilarious. Oh, that's my personality. No, it's not. Not in this world, it's not. So, well, I'll show you in a second how to put your picture there, but you should always have your picture on your website, because it's like, you know, hairdressers do it, real estate agents do it. You want to attach your name to your brand, or your face to your brand, I should say. So your website, you as the consultant, you never come to this. You always want to go to Consultants Corner, and that would be pamperedchef.com. I have it as a quick reference tab on my computer. If you know how to do that, it's faster for you. But you would come to pamperedchef.com and you would sign in. I could have done it from there too, but you would sign into Consultants Corner. And Consultants Corner is where you're going to find everything that you need. Dash, you can do this on your own at your leisure, but you'll learn more in that Facebook party group than you will here initially. So I want to show you the My Parties and Orders. When you go to set it up, you can watch the video on how to do it. I don't need to take you through that right now. It's very straightforward. But I want to show you a couple of tricks, okay? So let's pretend I set up a virtual party, and I'm going to use one I've already set up so I don't have to do any typing. When you come up to this screen, it's going to say something completely different here. You can edit this to say whatever you want. You can change the pictures. You can click on edit and you can change the pictures. Pampered Chef gives you a whole smorgasbord of ideas. For some reason, I'm just so drawn to this one. I just think it's this one and the breakfast one. I just think are so pleasant looking. They're girly. But if you had a guy hosting, you might want to pick something a little more masculine if that's what he wanted. So maybe I would go with these, you know. Don't advertise about the air fryer right now because we can't give it. We can't give it. We can't sell it. We can't do anything. Okay. So when you're playing around with your party setup, you're going to change the party name. So it'll just come up Pampered Chef Party. But maybe you want to give it something cute, like Teresa's Online Pampered Chef Quarantine Cooking Party. Or you want to start out with the hostess's first name. because when you're searching for it, it's just easier to find. But you just want to name it something cute. It could be Teresa's online summer's coming party. Whatever. Just start out with the first. You don't need the last name, just the first name of your host, and then whatever you want to name it. And then you are in full control of these dates. The start date would be the Saturday date. So if you're setting it up on a Thursday, the start date is Saturday. And the end date is the following Sunday. And what's going to happen is you will manipulate this date. Every host needs you to change the date at the end. Oh, can I have another day? Oh, can I have another day? So you can manipulate these dates. These are not set in stone. And then the hostess's information is there. But you can play around with that area. It's, is that a word? Editable? What's the word I'm looking for? Okay. So My Parties and Orders, you're going to book your shows. You're going to set them up under Consultants Corner. You're going to do your Facebook business page. And again, these steps are all in order at that virtual group. You don't need to memorize a thing I'm saying tonight. There's a step for all of it. And then it's going to come time to set up the Facebook groups for each party. And there's a video for that too. So you're going to go one step at a time. But I just want to show you one other thing under Consultants Corner. Right here, this marketing imagery and this Explore, these are gold mines for party content. And I'll show you. Explore. Let me move this over. Explore, scroll, party types to offer. Keep having to move this around. And then you're going to come down and you're going to see all the different catalog party, fundraiser party, virtual party, in-person party. You find all things about that, all different party information. But when you want to go for the pictures, you go Explore. Oh, I'm sorry. Marketing imagery. My bad. Marketing imagery. When the internet's working. And then you're going to click on, do you see me moving us? Do you see that? Or is that just me?
Probably just you.
Okay. Oh, good. So I don't have to tell you when I'm doing it. So you're going to go marketing imagery, plan a party, and check out everything they give you here. You can print out a worksheet if you want, and you can write everything in first to get your thoughts together. And they give you all kinds of gorgeous pictures to save to your computer.
I have a question when you're using the marketing imagery.
Say again?
I have a question when you're using the marketing imagery.
Yes.
I know, like Maureen had been saying, like if you find images online, you need to somehow tweak them so you don't get put basically into Facebook jail. With the marketing imagery that Pampered Chef gives you, do you have to change the images to make them like your own for copyright issues?
No. Okay, so that was an excellent, excellent question. So when we take pictures from marketing imagery, what Facebook doesn't want is identical content in the same order, in the same party across many consultants. So let's say I shared my template with one of my recruits and my recruit did not edit the template in any way. So now her and I have identical content. Facebook's probably not going to pick that up because it's just 2 of us. But what if over time now 10 of us are doing it? They're going to pick up on that. Okay, they'll pick up on that as phishing. You know, there's not some bad person sitting behind a desk going, oh, Sabrina's out, get her out. It's algorithms. They're going to pick it up by algorithms, okay? So when you get these pictures from Facebook, you might want to edit them. But when you get them from marketing imagery, chances are that Sabrina is using this same post today at 3 o'clock. Chances that 50 people are doing the same thing, slim to none. But I'm going to show you a cool trick with Post My Party that SendShare doesn't have, I don't think. All right. And I wasn't going to take you to my party right now.
Oh, bless you.
But I want to show you because Lorette and Janine can probably appreciate this. I'm just closing some screens here. I'm going to take you to Post My Party. It's going to look completely different than SendShare, so don't freak out. But it's, again, same concept. Post My Party will tell you with a symbol if something's being overused. So in Post My Party, if you have a green circle with a check mark, you're great. You're golden. You keep posting away. Oh, look what we got here. This one says, to me, the key to this is, oop, be careful, because there's a lot of people using this identical post and they didn't listen and edit it. So all I got to do is click on the pencil,
Change a word.
change just a couple words. What are you having for breakfast today? Come down and save it. Update, go back to the template, and it should be gone. Yep, gone. So you don't have to change the whole post. But when you see a red one, like the yellow one is a suggestion, like Sabrina, you might want to change a couple of words because this is technically going to cause you a little upset if you don't fix it, but we'll give you, it's like a yellow light. You can go through the yellow light without getting a ticket, but when you get a red light, do not continue.
What if it's just the picture that's being used and not the wording? Or if you put the wording with the picture, it won't pick it up like that? Does that
Well,
make-
there's no way of knowing, so I start out by changing 2 or 3 words because that's faster and easier.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rather than me go look for another picture.
A lot of times, though, the images, I think, are shared more than the words.
Here's another one. Now, guys, this is my stinking party. So somebody I shared my template with didn't do what they were supposed to do. But that's okay, because they're new and they don't know, or maybe they forget. So all that's important to me is that Post My Party is letting me know. I don't know that Sincere does that.
I don't think so. No, they give you an alert when it doesn't post and tells you why. But no,
Okay,
you're not
so
gonna-
that's up to you.
Lisa, how many posts do you do in your party?
I have no idea. I don't count. I really don't count them.
So do
how
you,
often? How
in
often do you
addition-
post?
in addition to the Post My Party, you do more? Is that right?
No, well, I shouldn't say that. If I do, and we're going to learn about this on Thursday in more detail. My template is my template. If I'm on my phone during the day and I see a really cool, like somebody sent me today how to pull a tendon out of a chicken breast from TikTok.
Oh, with a fork.
I was watching porn. My husband's like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like,
You put
"A
the
chicken
fork
tendon.
and
It's
then
a
you
chicken tendon."
just right off. It's like the coolest thing.
Right? So let's say I was surfing Facebook and somebody posted that, or I was on TikTok and I saw that, because I am trying to become TikTok famous. Anyway, I would take that link and I post it in my party on the fly.
Right.
Or today I made chicken parm on my Rock Grill Stone. I went live in a party and then I saved the video. And so I might just go rogue once in a while, but for the most part, the template, you don't want to slam people.
Right.
So I kind of do like maybe 1 an hour.
Okay.
And then if I'm manually posting, I don't care what's, you know what? If people are annoyed, shut your damn notifications off. We're adults here, right? We have 4,000 friends on Facebook. We get notifications all day long. Do we get mad at that? No, we just shut it off when we had enough. Same thing at a party. If they don't like it, they can get out. But I try not to slam them. I mean, I want to be politically correct online. So we're going to learn more in detail about virtual party, the guts of it. And I'm going to give you a lot of great posting ideas. But for now, as a new consultant, just to recap, you want to start out with, I recommend 4 shows in your first week, even though it's hairy, scary. If you don't want to do 4, that is absolutely fine, but you just know the ramifications. If you do less, what could happen? And then, if you didn't like it, next week you go. What if 4 is too many? What if you said, Lisa, I understand, but 4 is just too many for me? Scale back the following week. You'll know what you can handle. But it's going to get so addicting. Your stupid phone turns into a slot machine. You get so excited when you have 4 parties. And Annette, you can attest to that. You're not a brand new consultant, but you went from 1 a week to 1 every other week to 4 a week. Unmute yourself.
It's crazy. You just sit here and you're like ding, ding, ding. It just keeps dinging.
But is it more exciting with 4 than with 1?
Phenomenal with 4.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. And Annette has 2 kids. She's married. She's a full-time occupational therapist.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's got a heavy schedule. But again, it's all according to what we can handle. Just because I can handle 4 doesn't mean everybody can handle 4. Some people do 12 a week. I'm like, you know what? There's not enough Xanax in my Pez dispenser
Oh my
for 12.
God.
But
I have a question about all that. With the games that you put on there to play and all of that, do you have to check each post? So if you have 4 parties and you put a game up to tally for the tickets, do you have to do that or does it do it for you? Because
here's an adorable little insight to me. First of all, Maureen would put great care into picking her winner. I don't give anything out. I'm a freaking liar and a plagiarist. I don't give anything out. Ticket this, ticket that, ticket this. You don't get nothing. If somebody calls me out on it, I'll send them a season's best. Because I'm in a different program. You guys can add a gift to your order. I cannot. I'm in a different program. It's not even worth talking about because you'll never be in it until the entire company goes the way I'm going. But my orders, when somebody places an order on my party, gets processed immediately. I can't change it. I can't add to it. I can't do it. I can cancel. I can call the company and cancel it and start over, but I don't work that hard. So I don't give out anything because I don't have the ability to. If I could, I would. So I don't tally tickets. I give it, if I had to give it to somebody, I give it to the person who deserves it.
Okay.
And never give the price to somebody who hasn't ordered.
Okay.
And you want to be Catholic about it and go to confession on Sunday, go do it. I don't care. I'm there to give them a good time for 7 days. I don't feel guilty about anything.
Okay.
I do give out free e-cookbooks for early bird. And again, we're going to learn about this on Thursday if you can be on it. Early birds get a free thank you gift, and that's an e-cookbook that the company has set up so nicely for us. There's a lot of them. And again, in the files, there's a document called e-cookbook. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself because I'm gonna yell out to my husband and nobody needs to hear that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Only Lorette gets to hear that. Okay, so I do give out stuff, but I don't give out things that cost me money. I'm here to earn money. I'm not here to spend money. And if I spend money, I'm going to tell you right now, it's an income producing activity for me. Not running a charity, I'm running a business. I'm in it to win it. Okay. So,
I have a quick question.
yes,
Sorry.
of course.
I forgot to adjust for the time zone. So
Oh my goodness, where are you from?
I'm in Texas right now. I'm from New York originally, but I'm in Texas right now. And so I think I'm an hour late.
Oh, we recorded it. We recorded
Okay,
it.
good. Okay, that was my question. Okay, yay.
So does anybody have any questions before we end? And again, if you can be on Thursday, I'm going to come on and I'm only doing a lot of these Zooms now because we're still quarantined, but you can't learn everything in the first week. You can't. So please, and Lorette's my friend, so I would say to her, would you stop being upset with yourself? You can't learn everything in the first week. Women, we're so impatient. We want everything right away. You cannot possibly expect that. You're married, you have kids, you have jobs, you can't expect that from yourselves. The only way to fail is to stop. That's it. And nobody can stop if they still like it and see the potential. But you'll
Kathleen, Sabrina, is there anything that's confusing you about what you've done so far?
No.
I'm up to starting.
my little girls.
I'm posting on the Post My Party, but I can't book anything until my account has been changed.
I know.
So
I feel bad about that.
Parties, but I can't put anything in yet.
That's because Kathleen was too excited. Pulled the
No,
trigger.
listen, but
Don't
now,
hand
hang
her
on
a
a
gun.
second.
And I decided
Hang
to
on a
sign up
second.
before Sabrina 100% committed, so I didn't know any better till after the fact. But she did recruit.
Do not hand Kathleen a gun.
Hang on a second. I should have really asked if you could have put parties on there, but the way the guy made it sound is that they're just switching the agreements. So he said you're not going to see any change because I asked if it was going to affect your training, and he said you're not going to see any change on what you do on the website.
No, so Kathleen, go for it. Set it
So
up.
if you want to try to set up a party and see what happens, worst case scenario, you'll just lose it
Okay.
and have to do it again.
I doubt that would happen.
You know, I have a quick question because I just got a message from one of the people who booked.
Sure.
Well, here I might as well ask. She wanted to know about the June rewards is double rewards. She wanted to book for June, but May 31st would be the Sunday start date. Can I put it in for June?
You can start the virtual. You can start the virtual portion of it in May, but you have to date the party June in Consultant's Corner,
Okay.
and you have to pay careful attention to when it says free because it starts at the $650 level. It only doubles at the $650 level.
Okay.
So the host benefits start at $200 in sales, but only the free product value doubles, and that doubles at $650. So just make sure, we're clear on that. We don't want to misinterpret.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
see any of that yet. I wanted to ask before I responded.
And if you're running May parties right now, don't you dare talk about June. If somebody asks, you say, I don't know, I'm new.
She knew before I did. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So you got people like that. But if you want to fill your May calendar and they have no idea about June, you just go forward and book May, because here's the thing, they could wait till June and then they don't get to 650. And now what happened? It's the same program.
Okay.
So there's going to be, over the summer, there's always like little surprises along the way. So in July, they've never, first of all, in April, they added $50 in free to the $200 level. In 22 years in the business, they've never done that. I was so happy. In June, they've never given out double in June. They usually did that in July and January. Now, they did double in June, right? So now we're going to be like, oh, boring, boring, boring. July, August, September, going to be boring. They're giving out in July an additional 100 in free at the $650 level. So again, this is to make our hostesses jump. This is to make us work with our hosts to make them jump. But it is never any one thing that makes a party successful. It's the number of guests. The host is posting. Is he or she commenting in the party? Are they engaged in the party? But remember, as a recap, 4 parties in a week. I mean, if you have four gangbuster parties in a week, you got lucky. But that's not going to be the case consistently. I have 2 people right now. I'm ready to get the paddles. Clear. Okay? I don't even know if they're alive. Give me a doctor's note. I got to see something, right? But please, you're going to hear me say this all the time. Don't say to me, I hope I get bookings, because I will give you a virtual clobber over the head. Hope is reserved for things out of our control. Bookings are within our control because we have endless people to ask, especially on Facebook. So that's number one. Don't say hope. Because if Annette's son came home from college and said, Ma, I hope I graduate, after Annette just plowed how many thousands of dollars into his education, Annette would be like, okay, I hope so too. No. Sabrina and Kathleen, you have children in your future one day?
I already have 2.
You already have 2. I got bras older than you, and you've got 2 kids. Okay, so your kids come home from school and say, oh, I hope I pass math. Oh, me too. What would you say?
You better.
What would you say if your kid said, I hope I pass math, or I hope I graduate?
You better pass. You better graduate.
So please don't say anything negative to yourself. And when you do, talk yourself out of it. So if Sabrina's going, I can't book any shows, Sabrina has to go, nope. I am going to book 4 parties by the end of this week. Talk yourself into it. I know when you're younger, it's like, oh my God, she's a lunatic with what she tells us to do, but it works. Psych yourself up. Expect out of yourself what you would expect out of the person you love most in this world, because you would never turn to your child or someone you love dearly and say, you suck at everything you do. We would never say that to somebody, but we'll say it to the mirror 100 times a day. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you cow, go ahead, have another Oreo. Go do it. Go do it. Eat the whole row. But would I say that to my best friend? No. And that's 85 pounds. That's why she's laughing. Yeah, we eat Oreos. That's why we're chubby. So all I could say is just be patient. We're all here. No one's going to let you fail. No one is going to let you fail. Not on my watch. So tune in on Thursday. I'll post a recording of this. Who's barking?
My dog. I'm sorry.
Anybody else have a question before we hang up tonight? Dire need question?
How do you get to the recording? That's my question.
Oh, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
And next time I see you, I want a Southern accent. Not Southern, not Southern, but Texas.
No, I
Okay.
refuse.
Geography is not my strong point. One other thing I wanted to say. What do I want to say? Oh, I want to show you. I promised I would show you how to put your picture on your website before we leave. Okay, so please put your picture on your website. Have a cute little picture. Let me get out of here.
Well, I already did that.
All right, show off. Nobody likes to show off.
I told you these girls are very savvy.
Yeah, because they're young.
I
All right,
know.
so
It was one of the first steps in the dash trainings. It was one of the first
Yeah.
steps to go through.
That wouldn't mean a bag of shit to me. I would still not know how to do it.
That was me.
It has links and you click and you just do it. I
All
don't
right.
know.
So you're going to come up here, manage personal website or my account. I don't know. Okay, my account. La 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 la. Where is it?
Edit my story?
Oh
Is
no.
it in the story?
No, that was where you told about yourself.
Okay, edit homepage.
Go back up to where you were.
I feel like it's in manage personal website.
That one, and then manage personal website.
And you want to add your picture.
See,
Yeah.
I told you Sabrina's going to be showing us around.
But I didn't do that.
Sorry.
Knock yourself out, girls. Teach us how to do it.
It's good.
The teacher
Alright.
in me.
And the reason why you want your picture here, and for those of you who came in late, don't put an inappropriate picture. I'll come out of this computer screen and I'll be on you like white on rice. I've had consultants over the years post the most bizarre pictures, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm not your boss, but take that picture down. Boobs over here. I can't even, okay? Because here's the thing, guys. When we do a great job, we represent all of us. When we do an inappropriate job, we represent all of
Oh
us.
my God, my phone. Sorry.
That's all right. So any other questions? I could talk until the oxygen mask falls from the ceiling. All right. Enjoy your evening. I will get you guys the recording, but Thursday night, we're just going to have a very informal, get into the meat of, we're just going to talk about the meat of virtuals and give you some great posting ideas. And in the meantime,
What time Thursday night?
well, no, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So that
Eastern
would,
Standard Time.
Alexa, what time is it in Texas? That's what you got to do.
7:30. It will start at 7:30.
Oh God, you're gonna live 2 hours longer than the rest of us. Okay. All right.
Oh my bad.
Good night.
I'm 55 now, so I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.